Hello, my name is Uhasa, and welcome to the Illusion Censor Masterclass in On Duels. The Sylvina Pale Crown video I made seems to be helping a lot of people, so I will continue this series of showcasing how to get 9 wins on every artifact. Let's take a look at Illusion Censor. It is quite unique. Your job is to out-heal and survive your opponent's damage while buying time for the damage of your fog and heroes to kill them. Over the run, you'll be building a wilder meta team. In the last On a Duel video, I taught you the art of assassination. In this video, you will learn how to counter the assassins and give them a taste of their own poison. So, the Illusion Censor creates a fog across the entire battlefield. Everyone inside, including your own heroes, deals half their damage, and everyone constantly loses 2% of their max HP per second. Although it is a disadvantage for everyone, burst teams in particular, so assassin teams, will lose the most from this because they have 0 sustain. They usually do very well because they deal so much damage in a short amount of time, so you can't ulti, you can't heal, you can't survive. But with the Illusion Censor, you can do all of that. You can ulti, you can survive, you can last much longer, you can out-sustain them. And so that means the best teams to survive in Illusion Censor will be healers and tanks. So that's why the best healers are in Wilders, Haywin, and then you can have Damien as well. So we'll talk about the ideal composition. So this is a quick tier list that I made specifically for Illusion Censor. The top line is what you generally want. You want 2 healers, Haywin and Damien. You want 2 tanks, Granny and Lumont. Ideally, Lumont. You don't have to have Lumont. You could have Lucius. You could have Antandra. You could have... There's another tank. I don't know, Brutus. But ideally, you want Lumont. And I'll explain why when you see his kit. Then you need damage dealers. Because, yeah, maybe you can cheese your way through healing through the early and mid game. But when you get to late game, you need damage. You need damage. So Floribel can do that by herself, but maybe you might need more, so that's why I put in Parisa, and Parisa is really strong too. These guys aren't so good from the water faction. If you need some damage but you're not getting Parisa or Floribel for some reason, but you see Reese, then it's Destiny, so get Reese. Coco isn't a healer, Smokey is a healer but he can get CC'd, Rowan is a healer but he can't heal himself, so that's why these 3 are not good options. Let's take a look at the healer teams and their abilities. So we've got to understand their abilities to understand how the comp works. So Haywin is the ideal healer. She casts Rain Prayer, where she heals all allies for 9 seconds. And when she's mythic, she is unaffected for 6 seconds. Okay, and then this is a heal. That's a debuff. This is attack. And this is unaffected. Yeah. So, yeah. Haywin is you just get her for the heal. And you want her to get the best item, which is... It's coming to me, Crimson Abyss. Crimson Abyss. If you get that, she would never die. Okay, looking at Damien, next healer. So for those who are new, he's not an attackable character. He will run to the back and he will support your team until you win or all your allies are dead. So he's ultimate, and he does this at the beginning of battle too. He summons a chariot. The chariot can do a lot of things. The chariot can run and explode into the enemy. It can blind people for 3 seconds when it explodes. The chariot can heal 1 unit at the beginning, and when he's mythic, it can heal everyone around the chariot. He can also summon an airplane to the back line, to the one unit at the furthermost back line, and stuns them for 3 seconds. And Yeah, that's why he's pretty cool. So he's not like the best healer at the beginning because he only heals 1 unit at a time. But he does offer utility, and he's a pretty good unit in general. And then when he's mythic, that's when he really comes online. Moving on to Granny. Granny. Where is she? There she is. Okay. So with Granny, Threshold of Jade, she locks down everyone for 3 seconds and recovers HP. She can taunt people, she can reduce enemy haste, and what makes her very strong is that she's very anti-assassin, anti-burst. The only issue for me in general is at the beginning she's quite weak as a tank, but with the illusion Censor, this goes away completely. She will shine in this artifact. Lumont. Lumont is really strong as a tank. He can last, he's the strongest tank in honor duels at the moment, I think. And he can do a lot of things. So he charges, he taunts people for 3 seconds. He can create a shield and gives 2 closest allies physical defense for 7 seconds. That's really good. He can stomp enemies, and Wall Stomp is if he stomps more people around him, they will reduce his cooldown by 1 second. And his Wall Stomp is only 6-second cooldown. So if you're stomping 4 people, you stun them for 1 second, and then you have a 2-second cooldown to Wall Stomp again. Imagine that. That's really cool. Totem Slam, people wonder why does he do so much damage, and people also wonder why there's a cult around Lumont. It's because of this ability, Totem Slam. So Totem Slam, he slams his totem down 3 times when he's taken 40% of his max HP. He slams it within 1 tile, 2 tiles, and then 3 tiles in that order, and reduces everyone's attack by 25% for 6 seconds. I wonder if this attack stat stacks. It's because he does it 3 times. If it does stack, the people within 1 tile will have their attack reduced by 75%. Anyway, so this is a really strong ability. And then lastly, Florabelle. Florabelle is just about having her 3 summons, and then she has this amazing hammer slam on the ground that does a lot of damage. If all 3 units are out on the field at the same time, she would do 400% damage to all enemies in the tiles, in 3 tiles, and knocking them in the air. Okay, so that's why she's really strong. Taking a look at items, okay, so for early game, we'll break it down to early game and then mid game and late game. For early game, I want to talk about just all the heroes in general. You want to get Leaf of Life. Leaf of Life is the best for all of them because it heals everyone for 9% of their max HP for 3 seconds. And the Fog reduces 6% of everyone's HP for 3 seconds. So if you do some quick maths, that's you come to realize your team will out heal the damage from the Fog. So Granny would love this, Haven would love this, Florabelle especially would love this because she can't heal herself, and that's why it's the best item. So if you see this, get it. Haywin could also use Exquisite Leather, that's an alternate option because you want her to quickly get her energy up so she can cast her ulti as soon as possible. Jungle Hood is also okay, but it's not that great. You don't necessarily need it. I would save my money. Okay, now going into mid game and late game, we'll talk about everyone individually. Okay. So Haywin is Gaze of Power, obviously, and then in the late game you go Crimson Abyss. Now, just ignore the comments on the right. This is my initial reactions when I was first studying them when the game first came out, and I was just studying all the items. So a lot of my opinions have changed on these items, including Crimson Abyss. So Crimson Abyss uses max HP, uses your HP instead of energy to cast the ultimate, and you can cast it every 10 seconds. So Haywin, it's fine because she just heals back her HP using her ulti, and her ulti lasts for 9 seconds. So there's only a 1 second cooldown to wait until she just heals everyone back up again. So then the question is, can someone assassinate her in 1 second? No. So once you get Crimson Abyss on Haywin and Mythic, and she's unaffected, she is OP and unkillable. Alright, so with Damien, there's no really, amazing or like best in slot item for him. So just go Grandmaster Crown, just save the items for late game, and Decaying Ring. So any of these will be fine because they do give basic stats to everyone, and he can just carry the rings and the crown. For Granny and Lumont, the tanks, it's fine if you just stick with the leaf, honestly. Save your money, just get the leaf. Or you could get Stalwart's Blessing, which reduces... Oh, did I pass it? Yes, I did. Stalwart's Blessing reduces damage by 40% and damage taken by 40%. Now with Florabelle, pretty obvious, you go Gaze of Power as well, and then you switch to Fire Sword. Oh, sorry, Fire Dance. Switch to Fire Dance when the time is right and when you see it. Okay, Parisa, same thing. So well, actually you can just stick with the leaf. You don't need to transition into a mid-game thing. You just want it to survive, and then you go Fire Sword when you see it as well. Alternatively, you could go the colorful exoplanet. Yeah, that could work too. Okay, all right, so let's get into the replay. So I'm just gonna turn off the sound from here and turn on the replay video. Oh wait, this is that. This is this. Okay. So here, with the 3 choices, sorry, 4 choices technically, I think the Illusion Censor is best here. Pure Nectar is not that great. Rock Necklace is alright. So yeah, and you have the Lumont, Granny, and Damien. So 2 tanks, 1 healer. Now you're just missing 1 healer. So you're prioritizing Haywin and Damien at the very start of the match. And we got Florabelle too, which is really good. Brian and Laika is, not ideal, but, can't be too picky. We can transition. We keep them for now because we need them. We transition out later. You see there are Leaf of Life, but I'm also looking for Wilder Faction cards. So generally, yes, I say go get Leaf of Life, but you want to prioritize. The highest priority is trying to get Legendary as quick as possible, trying to get Mythic as quick as possible. And then if you have the spare money, then go get the other items. So here I get double Leaf of Life, and I put them on Granny, and I put them on Florabelle. Florabelle is your main damage dealer, and she can't heal herself, so you can put the Leaf of Life on her. Granny, you need a tank. She's your front line. If the front line dies, the rest are very vulnerable to dying too. Okay? So we're versing someone with Snow Herb. And so that means we're expecting a Graveborn with a Carolina as the centerpiece. Right. So we could expect some a Savina, probably. And yeah. In hindsight, you might want to put Florabelle in the second round, not in the first round. to avoid the Sylvina. Okay, so they have their Lumont here and Thorin here, so my Lumont at the back will hopefully defend against any Sylvina and block the Thorin. Brian is also decent against Thorin, but I mean he's epic, so he won't really do much. I just want more damage on the field. Okay, so Sylvina targets my Lumont, Thorin targets my Lumont, but Lumont activates his shield, and he will totem stomp people and stun people as well, so he's okay. Everyone else gets taken out very quickly. And that's GG. Alright, so we pick up the Wilder faction that we got, and amazing, we got legendary Damien with Granny. So I see a Parisa and I want her. I see another Leaf of Life and I know how valuable they are, so I lock that in too. We don't have any more money, so we're just going to move on to the next round. Always check your enemy's artifact just to revise, like relearn what their artifact does, and they can give you clues into what the enemy faction might be and how to counter it. So for that one, you know, someone needs to die, someone needs to kill you in order for them to get their buffs, but you know, you have Illusion Censor. They're not prepared for that. They place their Vala down, and that's what we held the Lumont on for. So Lumont will counter their Vala. And I put Leica down for the extra 7 gold. So Lumont's doing really well, tanking Vala. Floribel got her ulti up. And they chain CC Floribel with Granny. And they're all dead. We saw Damien explode his cart. And it's over. Granny's voice kind of sounds like Luffy. Okay, so we got 55 gold. We take the 2 that we locked in before, and now we're just trying to look for heroes who can give us legendary. So we're trying to look for another Granny. And I'm just being very safe, very slow, to see who there is. Okay, so here I'm still looking for Haywin, and although yes, Lumont is good, and yes, Leaf of Life is good, I am just looking for Haywin. You need to have the 2 healers as soon as possible. So yes, it's good I got Damien Legendary, but I need a second healer. So I see I have 18 gold, so I can refresh one more time. I find the Haywin and I lock Floribel in, and this is really, really good. Now I have a lot of options, and when there's like too many heroes, I like take a long time to think. So that's why I'm gonna sell. I usually sell, so then I kind of know what kind of team I have and what I'm working with. Okay, so we have a Pale Crown, and so we're trying really hard to avoid Sylvina, You see, I notice that you put your tank here, not here, because they're not really blocking anyone. And so if you put your tank here on this map, you are blocking anyone who is potentially going to be here. Now I place Haywin there because it's not symmetrical, so Sylvina can't target this tile or this tile. Now I am expecting Sylvina to target this tile, so she'll stand here and she might target this. And yeah, I think I end up placing Damien here, but that's a mistake because sometimes, like, I didn't realize, like, sometimes Sylvina will hit Damien, but sometimes he won't, and the stun will go to someone else. So I did this, I think 2 times or 3 times in this run, where I put her on Damien on purpose, thinking that he would block her, but actually she just went targeted someone else. So it's not very consistent. You can see, like, Sylvina just stunned my Haywin and killed her instantly, which is really bad, and I thought it was over at this point. Anyway, she dies and pops off, but she aims for Lumon, and Lumon can't die right now. And then he dies. And then Granny... I don't know how I survived this. I still don't know how I survived this. Because everyone dies. But look at Granny. Look at Granny. So, and then Damien saves her with the heal. Granny activates her 12 seconds stun, 12 second heal and defense. And then she just survives. And then she kills Sylvina. And the power of the leaf really shines here. You see she's out healing the fog, and the others can't do enough damage. Damien's supporting properly with the airplane, with the cart. And yeah, like I said, Granny really shines in this fog. Okay, so we end up going for the Water Faction card. Not so good. And I'm wondering here whether I should get this Floribel or not. I know I can't get her to Legendary, so I think... Let's see what I do. Okay, another faction card. Okay, again, when there's too many heroes, I get confused, so I just start selling. I should sell Brian. Brian doesn't really help. Oh, I keep him. Okay. So I reroll. Now the helmet's really nice, but again, prioritizing the legendary heroes. Again, I could get Lumont, but I can't get him now. So I look for the legendary Haywin. Oh, sorry, legendary Granny. Sorry, that's my baby in the background. So we have another Pale Crown. So this is the second Pale Crown in a row. And we've done this before, and I think I messed it up again, so I put the Damien to the Sylvina. and I think that kills Haywin again. Okay, so there we see the Sylvina again. I try to put her with Damien with Sylvina. I should have put Lumont. You should put Lumont. It's better. But at least Haywin and Parisa are kind of out of the way. And oh, so this time it worked. Damien blocked Sylvina's. Oh no, it looked like Sylvina just killed Haywin again. Yeah, she's just stunned Haywin. So she first striked Haywin. Yeah. And then Haywin's dead again. Okay, but it's okay. Granny Donnie, Damien to the rescue. So it's okay, even if you don't play perfectly. Lumont there. Oh, you see that stun? Oh my god. Okay. The ultimate duo with Damien's support. So like I said, they can't, like these burst teams, they can't sustain. They are just losing HP. And that's crazy. 2 silver crowns. 2 pale crowns in a row. Okay, so again, we are looking for legendaries. We're trying to build legendary heroes. We don't need Arden. We're gonna sell him. And Brian has been pretty useless so far, so we're gonna sell him too. Looks like I didn't sell him yet. And nothing has really changed. But we do have some more pieces that are leading towards higher rankings. Okay, this is a 3rd pale crown in a row. This is insane. This is insane. So I think from here, I think I learned my lesson. And I put the, no, I didn't learn my lesson. I did not learn my lesson. He's gonna kill Haywin again. Please don't. Anyway, I'm an idiot. Just put in. Okay, so now she focused on Parisa. Parisa managed to get healed from Haywin because Haywin didn't get targeted this time. So this time she survives. Yeah. And so Sylvina died really quickly. Even though Cecia. Oh no, Sylvina's there. Okay, so Parisa is alive, and the longer the fight goes on, the more her flowers will deal damage when she ultis. Everyone's really close together. Our heroes are close together, and so everyone will group up together to attack us. And so Granny is like in the center of everything. Very easy for her to ulti everyone. Yeah, and with the leaf, we cannot die. Okay, and like, look at the heroes that I have. I have only 2 heroes that are legendary. This is round 5. Oh, look at this concealer. Okay, so we find legendary Haywin. Oh, sorry about this. She's very cute, but not part of the intention of the video. So we have a decaying ring, and I always opt for these stat boosters. They're really good because even if you're not getting legendary and whatnot, it's 11% stat bonus to your whole team. everyone gets an 11% stat bonus, and that's like an upgrade to everyone in itself. So very easy choice to make. And then we can't reroll to get another hero, so we're just gonna match. So we move on. No more pale crowns. 3 pale crowns in a row is crazy. Now we have this one. Okay, so we don't really have to worry about assassins, I believe. I think that's why I position like this. Okay, so they're very damage oriented, and they have CC as well, but it's not enough to kill us. Normally it would, but we're in the illusion sensor, so everyone pops off their ultis. We can all survive. They have good sustain too with Lucius. But the damage is not enough. The ring definitely helped with the stat bonuses. But look how much everyone's healing. Everyone's healing so well. And that Parisa ult just finished off everyone there. Okay, so still, again, we're still looking for legendaries, even though we're like 6 rounds in. So we get Damien to Mythic. This is really, really good because now he's Chariot. Will not heal one person, but when he will heal everyone round the Chariot. And now we are not going for any more faction cards because you have a mythic. It's very hard to do that. Now this next level, the new effect, the fog reduces the enemy hero's energy recovery by 20%. Okay, so this is really Destiny. Now here you have a choice, right? You can get Floribel to Legendary, or you can get Gaze of Power. Which one do you choose? What would you choose? Okay, so I chose the Gaze of Power just because of the initial burst of CC. Like usually teams, like they usually have a strong burst at the beginning, and so if my thinking is that if I can stop it at the beginning or slow it down, then everyone can get off their ultis quicker. But yeah, the Gaze of Power is actually mainly for Haywin because, you know, Haywin can just stop everyone and out heal everyone. Okay, so they have a Vala. Gonna Lumont that as well. And just keep everyone close together so Damien's Chariot can heal everyone. So Lumont is going off on his own, but it's okay. He's strong enough to be on his own by himself. He has the shield and he will have the heals. Okay, so Haywin keeps Lumont alive. And they have their own Damien as well, but it's not mythic. Okay, and Lumont is really doing some good stuff because he's like stunning 2 or 3 people at a time, every 6 seconds or 4 seconds or so, and which buys time for Parisa to do damage. Yeah, so it's still out healing, out sustaining everyone. Our damage is not that high, but Parisa is doing well. Okay, and I'm really worried about the time, but I mean, we would still be fine because the draws are dependent on how many heroes on each side you have. So if you have more heroes than the opponent, you will still win. Okay, so now we can upgrade Florbell to Legendary. So I like to have this team of 6 because if I know there's no assassin, I can just go full Wilder and get the faction bonus. But if there's a potential for an assassin, then that's why I keep you need the Lumont. And he's just he's still epic. He has no item and he's doing really amazing because of the illusion sensor. Okay, so now we're starting to look for more mythics. We're starting to see if we can find any legendary items. Bone Amulet could be really good on Lumont, but it's okay. It's not like absolutely necessary. And we're really hoping for one more Granny Dani to get her to Mythic. I'm really wondering here whether I should get the hunting armor if it's absolutely necessary. And in the end, I think I don't get it. Yeah, so I just skip it. And then there's the Lumont, but I'm really looking for the Granny. And I end up risking it all, and it pays off. So I get the Mythic Dani and lock in Haywin and move on. So that's a really big upgrade for the next round. Okay, Breeze Rider. A lot of people love Breeze Rider. I'll make a guide on that one soon too. Okay, so now with this map, map 2, it's really important that you don't block this back row tile. Just in case if they have an assassin and then you have Lumont, you want your melee characters to be able to get out. And Floribel summons melee characters as well, so you want to create an optimal, like have a path for people to come out. Okay, so I see that they are Wilder, so I don't need to have Lumont. I can go a full Wilder composition, full 5-man faction. Now, like I said, late game, it's all about who has the more meta team. and my team is much more meta than theirs. They have a Brian, they have a Leica. You know, they could have done a bit better. Okay. You can see it's very close though. It's very close. But it's just that our CC just chained really well. Damien Cart, Granny, Florabelle, and then Parisa just ulting everyone. Okay, now I see Grand Master Crown. See Grand Master Crown. You gotta get it. You gotta get it. 15% basic stats. But I only have 2 mythics. So it's still worth. It's still worth. So I can let Damien carry this, and then I can let someone else carry the ring. Now Haywin's really important for the Gaze of Power. And I think Florabelle can survive without the leaf, so I give her the ring. Okay, now we're just trying to look for more mythics, finishing off the mythic. And we see Fire Sword, and it's like, wow, okay, Fire Sword, you know, how can you say no? So I get the Fire Sword and we give it to... Wait, do I get the Fire Sword? I should. Oh no, am I rerolling? Oh, I see Lumon as well. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like I don't. Yeah, I don't. Because... Well, that's a very interesting question, isn't it? If you get Fire Sword, you would put it on Florabelle. You could also put it on Parisa. But I chose to opt for the Lumont. Probably because I want Lumont to get Legendary, and I think that's, like I said, Ascension is more valuable or more important in that sense. I mean, it's like round 8. Like, we're getting to the last match. And yeah, it's really important that you can, like, yeah. Okay, so this artifact is one where they don't have any they don't have items, so you get bonus stats if you don't have an item on your hero. But wait, what did this guy do? He put items on all these heroes. I mean, I know they're bots, everyone's a bot, but come on. And they're all like blue items too. Sometimes the bots are like really smart, and then other times they're like derpy like this. He just made these artifacts so useless. Okay, they do no damage, but they don't do anything. Look at that Florabelle damage. But it's fine, we have a lot of stats. Okay, and yeah, that's 9 wins. Okay, so look at the damage from there. I thought I got the Fire Sword at the end, but it looks like I didn't. In hindsight, I think getting the Fire Sword is better at the end. Because I survived, like, you can survive with Lumon pretty well. But that is a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give a like, subscribe, comment, ask any questions, go for it. Also, I hit 100 subs recently and I'm doing an AMA. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Okay, thank you and take care.